Hello everyone, I'm Lufare, and today we're diving deep into the episode 8 of Valorant, Defiance. Buckle up, because we've got a lot to unpack. From minor tweaks to major duelist changes, and even a shake-up in the map pool. We'll be covering all the highs, lows, and everything in between. Join me as we journey from the start of Act 1 to where we stand now. Whether you're here for the latest updates or a trip down memory lane, I've got you covered. So grab a cold Mountain Dew and a bag of Cheetos and get ready. We're cranking this baby up to 88 and traveling back in time. Trust me, you won't want to miss a second of this. We all know and love the Operator, right? It's a weapon that inspires both admiration and frustration. You're either delivering devastating shots or falling victim to them. But in episode 8, Riot decided to shake things up a bit by introducing a new contender, the Outlaw. Launched on January 9th with the start of episode 8 and featuring Omen as the Outlaw. This new addition sits comfortably between the Marshal and the Op in terms of cost and power. Priced at 2,400 credits, the Outlaw quickly proved to be a formidable low buy option. It deals a whopping 140 damage per shot, enough for a one-shot kill on unarmored opponents, and like its sniper counterparts, guaranteed a one-shot headshot kill. The Outlaw has been making waves in both pro leagues and casual games, shaking up strategies and forcing players to adapt. However, with its introduction, we also received some of the most underwhelming skins Valorant has ever seen. So bad, in fact, that it seemed like Riot just wanted to ensure you didn't have to use a naked gun. As always, with each new act, we get the $10 mystery box, also known as the Battle Pass. I'll quickly show you a few screenshots of what was released this time around. Typically, the Battle Pass offers mid to low tier skins, which is fair given the price. Most players see it as a means to stock up on Radiant rather than a source of top tier cosmetics. It's a go-to option if you don't want your dragon skin to lose its fire. In addition to these lackluster skins, Riot often includes hints about upcoming content. Episode 8 Act 1's Battle Pass included a mysterious player card called the Chrysalis card. This card sparked a lot of speculation within the community, with some players guessing that a butterfly-like agent might be on the horizon. Now, let's talk about the map changes. Starting with the rework to Icebox. After sitting on the sidelines for a while, Icebox returned with significant design changes that have fundamentally altered how the map is played. While Breeze and Sunset took the spotlight for a time, Icebox came back with a vengeance. Attacker spawn changes. One of the first things you'll notice is the addition of a storage container in front of mid-tube at the attacker's spawn. This adjustment removes the peeking advantage for more vertical agents, preventing them from starting off on top of the container. This change forces players to adapt and find new strategies for early engagements. B-site overhaul. Moving into B-Site, there have been major changes to both the upper and lower portions of this entry. These modifications create a complex environment for both ground level fights and for agents who boost onto higher ground. The reworked angles make entering B-Site particularly challenging when an operator is in play, so get your flashes ready, because that angle is a nightmare to attack without proper utility. Mid-tube tweaks. Heading back to the main mid entrance, the so-called tube has received some minor but impactful changes. A window has been added toward the end of the tube, overlooking mid. This addition allows attackers to put significant pressure on defenders and rotate. It makes rotating from kitchen to A site easier, but also introduces a risky drive-by scenario. B snow pile adjustments. Near B snow pile, multiple pathways to B site from mid have been closed off, making it a one-way street for attackers and defenders. Now the only route into B from mid is through kitchen. Personally, I don't mind this change, but it certainly hasn't made Icebox any more enjoyable for me. These reworks have revitalized Icebox, adding new layers of strategy and difficulty, but whether you love it or hate the changes, there's no denying they're giving the map a fresh, challenging dynamic. Now, let's move on to Lotus. A main. Starting with A main, the wall was straightened and some boxes were added into the corner, creating a potential spot for shotgun campers. However, this area can quickly become a death trap if not used wisely. The previously slanted angle was already a challenging hold, and now the addition of the boxes complicates it further, adding a layer of strategy for both attackers and defenders. Breakable door area. More space was added near the breakable door, addressing the awkwardness of fighting out of the doorway. This change makes it easier to maneuver and engage with the connector room, offering more tactical options for both sides. A site. Significant changes were made to A site to enhance readability and retake potential. A hut was closed off, simplifying the layout and making the plant site more straightforward to manage. Additionally, a cubby was added to the back of A hut, providing defenders with more options for holding the site. B site. In the middle of the map at B, the plant site area was expanded to improve defendability near the choke point. This added space allows defenders to set up more effective holds and offers attackers new angles to consider when planting the spike. C site. Seaside also saw important adjustments. The spike plant zone and the stairs in C Bend were modified to allow for more diverse spike plant locations, giving attackers more flexibility. The boxes at the back of the site were repositioned to create new cover and angles, enhancing the overall dynamics of Seaside. These changes to Lotus have introduced new strategic elements and improved the balance of the map, ensuring that both attackers and defenders have more viable options. The adjustments encourage diverse playstyles and add depth to the overall gameplay experience. A minor but notable change you might have missed is the adjustment to the rotating doors. These doors now take 10 seconds to complete their spin, up from the initial 8 seconds. This slight increase impacts the timing and strategies around door usage, adding a bit more tension to those crucial moments. Now that we've covered the map changes, let's move on to other exciting updates in Episode 8. Agent adjustments in Episode 8. Deadlock. Starting off with Deadlock, her barrier mesh receives a significant buff. The barrier length increased from 6 meters to 10 meters, enabling her to divide much larger spaces effectively. Another change to Deadlock was for her sonic sensor, Q. The reliability of the concuss effect was improved by shortening its wind-up time. Additionally, players can now recall and redeploy the sonic sensor within the same round. Although these changes seemed minor, they have significantly enhanced Deadlock's utility, making her a more viable choice for controlling and choking off sites. Killjoy. Killjoy received a notable update to her turret. The vision radius of the turret was decreased from 180 degrees to just 100 degrees. This reduction in the turret's vision cone forces Killjoy players to make more strategic decisions about turret placement and coverage. While I personally find Killjoy boring to play, I know she has a dedicated fan base. This change may not have seemed game-changing to everyone, but it certainly impacts how Killjoy players approach map control and defense. Whether Killjoy mains are upset or indifferent, the adjustment has been implemented and will shape how she is played going forward. These are the key agent updates for Act 1 of Episode 8. While some might see these changes as minor tweaks, they have had a noticeable impact on gameplay dynamics and strategy. Last but not least, Episode 8 introduced what many players consider the worst map pool in Valorant history. The frustration with the map selection was so intense that it had some players contemplating uninstalling the game. This infamous map pool persisted until patch 8.11, which we'll cover later in the video. The maps in this controversial lineup included Icebox, Lotus, Sunset, Breeze, Ascent, Bind, and Split. This selection was soon to undergo changes, but for the duration of its existence, it truly tested the patience of the Valorant community. The combination of these maps led to the countless heated discussions and feedback from players, all of which contributed to the eventual revisions. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the adjustments and improvements that came with patch 8.11 and beyond. One of the most highly anticipated drops in Episode 8 was the reveal of Agent 25, a new controller agent set to join Valorant's roster. However, we'll have to wait until March 24th for our first look at this new agent during Masters Madrid. This tournament will feature 8 qualifying teams competing for the championship, offering an exciting backdrop for the agent reveal. Masters Madrid teams for VCT Americas: Sentinels, Loud, EMEA, Carmine Corp, Team Heretics, VCT Pacific, Genji, Paper Rex, VCT China, Edward Gaming, Fun Plus Phoenix. Tournament format: Swiss stage. The tournament brackets are split into 2 parts, the Swiss stage and the bracket stage. In the Swiss stage, teams need to secure 2 victories before accumulating 2 losses across a maximum of 3 rounds. Each match will be set at best of 3. Teams that win round 1 will move up, while those that lose will face elimination matches. Between each round, 2 fully random draws will decide the matches, allowing for same region matchups. After 3 rounds of Swiss competition, we'll have our 4 bracket stage contenders. This format promises intense and unpredictable matches, setting the stage for thrilling gameplay and strategic depth. Masters Madrid is not just about crowning a champion, but also about showcasing the evolving meta and the introduction of new elements like Agent 25. Bracket stage. In the bracket stage of Masters Madrid, a random draw will pair the competitors, setting up a double elimination bracket. This structure will narrow down the teams, culminating in a best-of-5 series in both the lower and grand finals. The team that emerges victorious will earn the prestigious title of Masters Madrid champion. Tournament highlights. Cutting to the thrilling conclusion, Sentinels triumphed over Genji Esports with a nail-biting 3-2 victory. As a viewer, I can tell you it was an incredible tournament, filled with unforgettable moments and intense gameplay. One phrase that resonated throughout the event was "to buy the Sin Bundle," a nod to the exclusive in-game items available for fans. Exclusive viewer rewards. Viewers who tuned in were also rewarded with exclusive drops, including a unique title and player card. These limited time items added an extra layer of excitement for fans and players alike. Major reveal: Agent 25. However, the most significant highlight of Masters Madrid was the gameplay reveal of the new Agent 25. This new controller agent's introduction is set to bring fresh dynamics and strategies to Valorant. Overall, Masters Madrid was a landmark event event, not just for the thrilling competition, but also for the impactful reveals and rewards. Stay tuned as we talk about Agent 25's abilities and how this new addition will shape the future of Valorant. In patch 8.3, Chamber received significant updates to both his ultimate and his Headhunter ability, aiming to fine-tune his role and impact in the game. Headhunter Q changes. Cost reduction. The cost of Chamber's Headhunter ability was reduced from 150 credits to 100 credits, making it more accessible and allowing players to use it more frequently without a heavy economic impact. Firing rate increase. The firing rate of the Headhunter was increased from 0.7 to 0.9. This change enhances Chamber's ability to engage in quick successive shots, improving his efficiency in duels and making him a more formidable opponent in various combat scenarios. These changes aim to balance Chamber's abilities, making him more versatile and effective in different situations. The reduced cost encourages more frequent use of the Headhunter, while the increased firing rate boosts his overall lethality. On March 5th, Act 2 was released, bringing with it a new battle pass that, let's face it, was another dumpster fire. However, amidst the disappointment, there were a few notable additions worth mentioning. The Aquatic skin line. One highlight of the battle pass was the introduction of our first Outlaw skin, part of the Aquatica skin line. Unfortunately, the general consensus seems to be that this skin line is also a dumpster fire in terms of aesthetics and appeal. Notable player cards. Among the various rewards in this battle pass, there were some standout player cards. One in particular depicted Sage seemingly auditioning for Circus Soleil in the middle of a cave. This image is something we'll circle back to later in the video for further analysis. Useless taunts and gun buddies. Of course, no battle pass would be complete without a collection of seemingly useless taunts and gun buddies. They may not add much value to the gameplay experience, they do provide some lighthearted moments and personalization options for players. Patch Notes 8.4 Premier Stage Updates. In patch 8.4, a new stage of Premier begins with significant updates aimed at improving the competitive experience for players. Here are the key changes. No more enrollment. Players no longer need to enroll in Premier. Instead, they can create a team and start playing at any time during the stage, providing more flexibility and accessibility. Provisional divisions. Provisional divisions are now shown immediately upon team creation and are updated whenever the roster or zone changes. Once a team plays its first match of the stage, these divisions are locked in, ensuring fair and accurate matchmaking. Zone changes. Teams can now change their zone at any time before playing their first match of the stage, allowing for greater flexibility in team management and strategy. Rematch protection. Weekly matches now feature rematch protection, preventing teams from facing the same opponent twice in a stage, unless they've been in queue for an extended period of time. This ensures a more diverse and dynamic competitive environment. Match limit. Players are now limited to playing 2 matches per week, preventing them from jumping between teams as free agents within the same week. This promotes team stability and fairness in matchmaking. Standings and playoffs. Standings now display playoffs results once playoffs start and are locked in 48 hours after playoffs end, providing a clear overview of team performance and progress throughout the stage. These updates aim to enhance the competitive integrity and experience within Premier, offering players more control over their teams and matches while ensuring fair and balanced gameplay. As Valorant's competitive scene continues to evolve, these changes will play a crucial role in shaping its future. In patch 8.5, Valorant introduced a mischievous Scottish troublemaker named Clove. This young immortal keeps enemies guessing, even from beyond the grave, with their return to the living only ever a moment away. Clove marked Valorant's second non-binary agent after KO, sparking significant controversy across the community. While some expressed hate, others showed love and support. I won't dive into the political side of this agent release, but it's worth noting that Riot's decision may have been influenced by a desire to increase their player base. Clove's main focus is their ability to revive after being killed, a unique trait that significantly alters the dynamics of the game. This ability has made Clove one of the best controller agents, depending on your playstyle and the map, of course. Their presence has undoubtedly had a profound impact on Valorant, shaking up team compositions and strategies. Valorant introduced its first VCT cosmetics in-game, marking a significant milestone in the game's evolution. These cosmetics included a classic skin, player card, gun buddy, and spray, priced at $23.40 VP. What made these cosmetics unique was that 50% of the earnings would go back into supporting the organization. These cosmetics not only allowed players to show their support for their favorite teams, but also contributed to the growth and sustainability of competitive Valorant scene. Later in the episode, VCT China would also introduce its first cosmetics in-game, though it lacked a player card. This expansion of VCT cosmetics demonstrates Riot's commitment to supporting the global competitive Valorant community and providing fans with more ways to engage with their favorite teams. The dead period, which I stated in one of my videos, is indeed a quiet time in Valorant. With no major updates or changes occurring, however, patch notes 8.8 marked a significant shift with major updates to two agents, Viper and Cypher. These changes likely brought some excitement and anticipation back to the community after the dead period. If you're interested in diving deeper into these updates, be sure to check out the video linked in the description. In patch notes 8.8, Viper received several significant changes aimed at balancing her abilities and gameplay. Let's break down these adjustments. Viper's smoke screen, E. Viper's maximum uptime on each individual smoke source was reduced from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. This change limits the duration of her smokes, requiring more strategic placement and timing. Minimum fuel needed to activate smoke was increased from 20% to 30%. The cooldown on reactivating smokes after putting them down was reduced from 8 seconds to 5 seconds, allowing for quicker adjustments and repositioning of her smokes during gameplay. Poison Cloud. Viper's Poison Cloud can now only be picked up during the buy phase, restricting the ability to reposition the cloud during rounds and emphasizing pre-round planning and strategy. Snakebite. The number of snakebite charges was reduced from 2 to 1, decreasing Viper's ability to control space with her snake bites. The price of snakebite was increased from 200 credits to 300 credits, making it more expensive to purchase. The duration of snakebite was increased from 5.5 seconds to 6.5 seconds, providing a longer window of threat for enemies caught in the area of effect. These changes aim to balance Viper's kit, making her abilities more strategic and impactful while maintaining her identity as a controller agent. Cypher and Brimstone also received some adjustments, though they were comparatively minor. Cypher. The rearm time for Cypher's trapwire was increased from 1 second to 2 seconds, slowing down the process of resetting and redeploying his traps. The slow duration on Cypher's trapwire was reduced from 2 seconds to 1.25 seconds, making it slightly less effective at hindering enemy movement. A change was made to Cypher's spycam, allowing enemies to hear looping audio when they were actively being watched. However, this update may not have been noticeable for some players. These changes to Cypher's abilities aim to balance his utility and effectiveness, making his traps less oppressive while still maintaining his surveillance capabilities. Brimstone. Brimstone's sky smoke radius was increased from 410 to 415, making it slightly larger. This adjustment seems to align Brimstone's smoke size more closely with that of Omen's smoke. While minor, this change could impact sightline coverage and map control in certain situations. Overall, these adjustments to Cypher and Brimstone may not have been as significant as those made to Viper, but they still aim to refine the balance and gameplay experience of these agents within Valorant's meta. In patch notes 8.10, Valorant released its 2024 Give Back bundle, featuring iconic skins such as the Reaver Op, Reaver Spectre, Oni Vandal, and Ion Sheriff. Despite being labeled as quote-unquote give back skins, Riot maintained the same price for these items, which led to some understandable frustration among players. Charging retail price for older content might seem counterintuitive, but it's a decision Riot made nonetheless. On the topic of skins, Episode 8 brought forth a plethora of new additions to Valorant's weapon skin collections. Among these releases were some of the best designed skins we've seen in the game so far. The introduction of these visually stunning skins not only added variety to Valorant's cosmetic offerings, but also provided players with more opportunities for personalization and self-expression. As the game continues to evolve and expand, we can expect to see even more exciting additions to the skin lineup, further enriching the Valorant experience for players across the globe. As we near the end of Episode 8, the Valorant competitive scene reached a thrilling climax with the conclusion of Masters Shanghai. In this grand event, Genji Esports Pacific emerged victorious, defeating Team Heretics in a hard-fought battle for the title. Masters Shanghai showcased the intense competition and skill of top Valorant teams from around the world, culminating in an exhilarating finale that captivated fans and players alike. Genji Esports Pacific's triumph solidifies their status as one of the premier teams in the Valorant esports scene, while Team Heretics' impressive performance demonstrates their resilience and talent on the international stage. As we reflect on the excitement and drama of Masters Shanghai, we eagerly anticipate the next chapter of Valorant esports and the continued growth and evolution of the game. Congratulations to Genji Esports Pacific for their well-deserved victory, and to all the teams who participated in this unforgettable tournament. In patch 8.11, Riot aimed to shake up the Duelist meta in Valorant, recognizing the dominance of certain agents like Raze and their impact on the game. This update brought one of the biggest overhauls to the majority of Duelists, signaling a significant shift in the balance of power within the agent roster. By addressing movement mechanics and abilities, Riot sought to diversify the Duelist pool and promote more varied gameplay experiences. These changes were designed to encourage players to explore different agent options and strategies, ultimately fostering a healthier and more dynamic meta. The anticipation for a new map always generates excitement within the Valorant community, as players eagerly await fresh environments and strategic challenges to conquer. With each new map, Valorant expands its universe and offers players new opportunities for gameplay, innovation, and exploration. After a long-awaited journey and the resolution of our infamous map pool, Valorant introduces its newest addition, Abyss. With the arrival of Abyss, players will venture into uncharted territory, navigating its dark and mysterious depths. As the name suggests, this map promises to plunge players into an immersive and atmospheric experience, challenging them to adapt to its unique layout and features. Abyss represents a fresh chapter in Valorant's map design, offering players new opportunities for strategic play and thrilling engagements. As we wrap up episode 8 of Valorant, we have to talk about the recent buff to ISO. Once considered just another face in Valorant, and even labeled one of the worst duelists in the game, ISO received what many are calling one of the most broken updates to any agent in patch 8.11. This buff turned ISO into a powerhouse, with the ability to walk through an op shot at point blank range and still dominate the fight. Naturally, this led to an uproar among players, demanding an immediate rework. Riot has listened, and with patch 9.0 dropping on June 25th, marking the end of episode 8, we're set to see some significant changes to ISO that could push him back out of the meta. Here's what to expect in the upcoming patch. The 2-kill reset on his E double tap is being removed. The duration of his E double tap is being reduced from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. These adjustments aim to balance ISO's power and bring a fairer gameplay experience. That, and so people won't continue bitching about ISO being broken. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I truly appreciate each and every one of you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, and if you want to stay updated with future content, consider subscribing to my channel. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.